talk about Ange
Oh,
Postecogolu to Spurs now. That's here. Just before, there's who did you say you wanted back at Celtic? Was it Brendan Rodgers?
I want. But I mean, the ones that you want, you're probably not going to get. The main target is, I think his name's Kjetil Knutsen. He manages Bodo Glimt, and they're the team that battered us in the Conference League. So I think he plays good football, but Ajax are after him as well. I think he'll go to Ajax. Or, I mean, Graham Potter is in the rumours, but I don't know if he's probably not even interested. But I'd want him after. But if I didn't want Potter, I'd have Brendan Rodgers. I mean, he snaked on us. Clearly, he did. He went out in the middle of the season. But he wins trophies, and he's a good man. Even at Leicester, he won the FA Cup. He got them fifth, like 2 or 3 times. And he's obviously won 2 trebles at Celtic, and an extra league cup before he left. So, considering we probably won't get Knutsen or Potter, probably won't Rodgers, and I think he's the person who's most likely going to come to Celtic.
Yeah.
It's all rumours.
So, I think with Postecoglu going to Spurs, could it be like Nuno Espirito Santo? Remember when he was at Spurs, the old Wolves manager?
Oh yeah.
And Spurs wanted Nagelsmann, and Postecoglu knows that he's not first choice because he's they wanted Nagelsmann, even Poch maybe if there were rumours about that. And as a manager, it's hard to be managing a club knowing that you're not
that they didn't
like the first choice. You know, you were sort of the
backup.
The backup.
I'm not sure if they'll get in because I think just because of how he thinks with the Celtic Scottish League compared to the Premier League. Like the Premier League's obviously a big step up. Sorry, Joe, but like it's a big step up, and I think
it's probably.
I think he will do well with the players, but I don't think he will get top 7 though. Like,
I mean, you can't underestimate people in Scotland, but it's had a history of players in Scotland coming to England, doing really well in Scotland, and just not doing well in England. I'll admit that.
Yeah.
Like Odson Edouard.
It's a different game of football. It's a different game of football. Then.
Scottish League
Yeah, well,
kids play for the Premier League.
Well, if you look, Odson Edouard, he scored 9 in his first season, 15 in his next, 29 in his next one, and then 22 in the next one. So that's like 60 something goals. He comes to the Premier League and he's got 14 something in all competitions in 2 seasons for Palace. When he came, he scored a brace against Spurs. I don't know if you remember that, where they beat him 3-0. They beat Spurs 3-0, and I thought, oh, he's going to do brilliant here, and he just didn't.
There is players like Van Dijk and
but Van Dijk's just a classical. He strolled it in Scotland. He just walked about. He didn't even try, really.
Yeah. Do you think this is? Oh, it's probably the biggest, if not second biggest thing to happen in Australian football as well.
What?
Because he's Australian and Postecoglu, and what do they always play? They don't care about the football. They play like Australian.
No, they care about football.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest sport in Australia is Australian rules football. Australian rules.
So apart from when the Aussie player came on into the Champions League final, that was a big moment, and helped Arsenal win the league one time.
Who was that?
I've forgotten his name. But having a manager from Australia in a top 6 club, top 6 club in the Premier League, is a massive achievement.
Yeah.
You know, because it's never been a huge thing in Australia, so it's a massive step up.
Yeah. It annoys me though because my dad's been saying this for ages, but if he left now, didn't do anything. I'll tell you what he did in a sec, but didn't do anything. Left, 5 trophies, could have stayed a bit longer, but I mean, managers go, they don't stay for ages. But he kept going up to the Celtic fans and patting the badge like that. You don't do that, and then you just go after 2 years and stuff. He's talking about legacy and stuff, and after patting the badge, doing that, you don't go after 2 years. It's just you don't do it. So that's why it's annoying that he's gone now.
I think it was a bit disrespectful then, though.
Yeah, but I mean, managers have done it before. Rodgers was saying, "Oh yeah, I've always supported Celtic." Then a week later, he goes to Leicester. Yeah, you really supported them, didn't you?
I mean, he does come across quite in interviews quite grumpy and grizzly, you know.
Who? Postecogolu?
Yeah.
He's not. He kind of
Fairly,
is.
but
To the
would that
press.
affect Spurs negatively, do you think?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it wouldn't. He's not a grumpy person. He's not. But yeah, that's all I've got to say.
Spurs-
No, he's not. I know
Happened with
he's.
Conte.
He said-
Yeah,
he only-
Spurs-
He only sounds like grumpy when he's doing the journalist interviews because they're all idiots and they ask stupid questions like, "How did you feel winning a treble?" Like, it's just stupid. No, I hate it. He always hated the journalists, but he didn't like doing the press conference. Clearly, he didn't like it. He thought that they weren't very clever. Like, yeah, but yeah, he's not a grumpy person.
Spurs are looking for, especially what happened with Conte. Obviously, him saying that about all the players, they're looking for a manager who actually cares about the club, who actually wants them as players to do well. So.
Yeah. You've not said anything.
Yeah, I think it's quite quiet.
Do you think it was the right move for Postecoglu? Because I thought he should have probably stayed at Celtic. It's a huge step up.
Yeah.
After winning the treble, you would have thought you'd stay on and see if you can do more. But
Is there much more to do?
They're not going to get anywhere near Celtic at this rate. But
if he wanted it for his career and a higher standard of football, sorry, Jay.
well,
But you know, with the Tottenham team in the Premier League, a big, you know, you can get far, you know,
Yeah.
to a Champions League final like they did against
Yeah.
Liverpool. Or if you're like a loyal manager to your team, you'd obviously stay at Celtic and carry on with them. But obviously, he's done it for his career, like a lot of managers
But,
would do.
Potter,
And yeah,
well,
I mean, fair enough to him.
but yeah, if
You've got to make
Brighton
sacrifices
to
in football.
Chelsea, Brighton to Chelsea at the moment Chelsea was a top 4 club, and you wouldn't not take it really.
Yeah.
Oh, you,
But-
you've
I think
got to
it's-
take risks.
no, but
you can't.
you're saying he's making sacrifices and stuff, and he is. But you don't. What everything he said to Celtic, you don't just say that like, oh, there's a
No,
legacy
yeah,
here.
I know what you
I'm
mean.
going to do stuff in Europe
And just leave,
But
yeah.
then just go. It's just you don't do it.
Well,
Just-
I'd be totally annoyed
yeah.
if the same happens.
I think
to me, Brighton.
especially with Spurs finishing 8th, he wants to take over the club now, because obviously they're seen as a top 6 club. He wants to take them over and bring them back to that stage. So he wants to make like a big statement.
But if they do bad, will he come back to Celtic?
No. Oh, well, he might.
Yeah.
You run, you know, can I get my job back? Or...
Where?
Would you
But
want
where have
Would you want
Yeah,
to
would
No.
you take him?
Well, if we had a better manager, I wouldn't. If we had a manager that was on the same par as him, no. If we had a manager that was a tiny bit worse than him, but still got trophies, no. I don't want him back. If we were so desperate for a manager, I probably would. But I was about to say, if he doesn't win trophies, if he doesn't do anything at Spurs, if he gets sacked in 7 months, they'll still play good football. He plays really good football, like fast football, passing, moving off the ball.
Yeah.
No matter what, they will play good football. But I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore.
Yeah,